Good afternoon, the 28th of May, 2013. And I wanted to discuss a case with you which we just concluded very recently because I think it's an issue that comes up with a lot of people in dealing with their banks. And that is when you are a victim of identity theft and an identity thief gets your debit card information and takes money from your account, or an identity thief gets your credit card information and runs up charges which are not yours. Can you get that money back from the bank? And obviously this particularly applies to people who are the victims of identity theft and they've had their debit card run up against them. The answer is yes. If an identity thief gets into your account and your debit card account, I'll focus on the debit card, the same information is basically true with the credit card. If they get into your debit card account and they steal money from your account, if you file an identity theft police report and you immediately and promptly notify the bank as soon as you find out, then yes, you will be able to get the money back under the law. We just concluded a case where a major lending institution, we have a confidential settlement. Confidential settlement, by the way, in my office normally means it's a good-sized settlement. So we have a confidential settlement with a major bank where an identity thief took my client's debit card information, probably through one of those skimmers that, restaurants, you hear about skimmers being used in restaurants, you hear about skimmers being used at gas stations, at the automatic pay stations, things like that. I'll digress just a moment about skimmers. Restaurants, I think it's hard to prevent against skimmers because the waiter or waitress is, taking the card out of your presence when they're running the bill. Obviously, only deal with reputable restaurants and try not to go to places and use your credit card or your debit card where you think there might be a problem. Gas station skimmers can be a little bit easier to detect, and that is you wiggle the little receptacle, the little slot where you stick your credit card, and if it wiggles at all, it means that someone may have been adjusting it or may have tried to put a skimmer on there, and that's dangerous. And so what you want to do is you want to go inside, and in fact, as a general rule, it is a safer practice when you stop at a gas station, during business hours obviously, to go inside and pay rather than to use the automatic pay station outside or the automatic slot to stick your credit card in, because when you pay inside, there's literally zero chance of identity theft or a much reduced chance of identity theft because of a skimmer. Anyway, back to the case that I worked on. The identity thieves stole about $2,000 or $3,000 from my client's checking account. My client contacted the bank and provided them with the information, and she went through and they sent her a list of charges, and there were about 30 charges that she identified as being fraudulent charges. 29 of those charges were really, truly fraudulent charges, but she had inadvertently included one or two of her own charges that she had just forgotten, and for small dollar amounts, not for the big charges. Anyway, the bank completely denied her claim because she included one or two legitimate transactions along with the 27 or 28 fraudulent transactions. She came to our office. We told her exactly what you have to do here. You have to file an identity theft police report. You file an identity theft police report, you get a copy, you send it to the bank. You obviously send it to all three credit bureaus because you want a credit freeze. But I've talked about that in other videos. Right now we're just talking about stealing from your debit card account. She sent it to the bank and she demanded, along with the police report, that all the money that was wrongfully taken from her be recredited. The bank refused. This is a violation of the California identity theft law. This is a violation of several other laws, but primarily the California identity theft law. We used the California identity theft law here, and we got her not only all her money back, but we also got her a very nice check on top of it, and we also got all my attorney's fees paid. As a matter of fact, she hired me on a contingency basis. She paid nothing into the case, and we were able to get her an excellent recovery. So, the moral of the story, when you have this situation come up, or if you have this situation come up, I hope it doesn't happen to you, but statistically, and with the way computers are these days, identity theft is so prevalent that, honestly, the best defense is education. I think LifeLock, honestly, is a waste of time. That's another talk for another day. But, I mean, the best defense really is education and keeping your own eye on your accounts and making sure that things stay kosher with your accounts. But here's what the moral of the story is. If you see that your checking account has been fraudulently breached by someone who probably stole your debit card at a pay station or at a gas station or at a restaurant, file a police report right away. Immediately run copies, give it to the bank, and put them on immediate notice that you have been a victim of identity theft and you are demanding the money be recredited to your account. And if you do that properly, then yes, the money will be recredited to your account. If they don't do it, if you live in California, then please contact us, because we have success with these cases. The lending institutions and the banks know us, and they certainly hear our footsteps when we file one of our lawsuits. So anyway, that's the tip for the day, and I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're having a good May and start of summer. Anyway, we'll talk to you soon.